Mind of the Meanie is now an exclusive brand partner with WWEshop.com. Pick up all your favorite new merchandise from Roman Reigns.
Acknowledge me.
Cody Rhodes.
I have to finish the story.
LA Knight.
Let me talk to you.
And more using our exclusive link in the show notes. Click below and show your support today for your favorite WWE superstar at WWEshop.com.
Yeah!
You know, Meanie,
What's that, Adam?
we hear this a lot. Every CBD company tells you that their product is the best. With quality control measures like lab testing and QR codes now becoming the standard, it can start to seem like all CBD brands are the same, but I'm here to tell you something, Meanie. They are not. Knowing what makes certain brands better will help you spend your money more wisely and have more confidence as you incorporate CBD oils, topicals, capsules, or gummies into your own wellness routine. And that's why we're proud to partner with Green Road CBD as an official sponsor of Mind of the Meanie. And Meanie, I know you're a longtime user of Green Road CBD. How has Green Road CBD helped you in your life?
Let me tell you, Green Road CBD is a product I've been using for years. And when we started Mind of the Meanie, I always was like, let's get Green Roads as a sponsor because I use them almost daily. Whether it's the gummies, you know, to take care of the aches and pains of 30 years of wrestling, the topical solutions, to help my knees, help my back, help my elbows, help my shoulders. Green Road CBD has done everything to help me maintain a pain-free existence from all the years of wear and tear as a professional wrestler.
And to me, Meanie, that sounds like the Green Road's difference. And it comes down to a really few important points. They're just part of the reason that they've won industry awards year after year, earned thousands of five-star reviews, and have heard countless stories from customers just like you about the impact that those products have had on your life. So Green Roads is led by a compounding pharmacist with 25 years of experience helping her community getting healthy. For her and the entire company, it's more than just a job, it's a mission. And not all hemp sourcing is equal, Meanie. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. But they select their hemp from high-quality American farms, and also not all lab testing is equal, which is why they use an accredited independent lab to conduct full panel tests on every single batch. And that's why Green Roads is an original manufacturer, not just a quote-unquote white label brand. So right now, you can go to greenroads.com, Meanie, and save 25% off of your entire purchase. Wow. 25% off of everything, Meanie. That's huge. And all you have to do is go to their website right now, greenroads.com, and use promo code MEANIE at checkout. It's 25% off your entire purchase by using promo code MEANIE at greenroads.com. Own the day with Green Road CBD, and we thank them for sponsoring the program.
This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie! What's on your mind?
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
We're back.
We're
back.
It's
it was weird not doing an episode last week. Thank you for putting together a best of.
Absolutely.
For the week. Just our schedules were so hectic. I was in Indiana and you were running around doing your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy, but crazy in a good way. Crazy in a good way. We're back. Feeling good. A little tired,
mm-hmm.
but and it's a good tired. It's a good tired from doing a lot of things. So last week I went out to Indiana for the Square Circle Expo.
That's right.
Shout out to Ed and Heather who run that convention, an amazing convention, a well-attended convention. Thank you to Toby Hope from Hope Promotions who hosted Joel and I at his booth. I mean, anytime somebody brings you in for a convention, that's just a sign that they believe in you and think you're worth the investment. So thank you for the investment. It was a great weekend. Got to see a lot of great folks. I always treat conventions like a high school reunion.
Yeah.
You get to see friends, and it's there's no bumps involved,
Yeah, nobody's got to do anything that hurts them. Dude, everybody's just hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah, just hanging out. The only thing that hurts is my feet from standing all day,
Oh, my brother.
Brother. Yeah, but it was great. Me and Mrs. Meanie drove out. It was like a 12-hour drive there and back.
Oof.
So basically we're in the car for 24 hours.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. It was a good weekend a busy weekend when we were leaving Indianapolis and we're driving and we're just sitting inside. We're like driving in silence. Like we don't even have the radio on. There's no music. We're just sitting there. She's like, "You okay with the silence?" I was like, "I'm great with the silence. That's fine. That's for like a good 3 hours. We just us just driving with nothing on the radio, and it was fine by me." But that was awesome. And then, I get sentimental about Indianapolis because when I was a young aspiring pro wrestler, I used to wrestle there every Thursday for a promotion called Circle City Wrestling, run by Mike Samples.
Okay.
So I saw guys from. I saw Flash Flanagan who was one of the guys I used to wrestle, in Circle City, and I always could see Flash. I was trying to figure out where the old arena was. Like the arena was built in a old mechanic shop. The guy took like one of those car garage mechanic shops and converted it into a little pro wrestling arena, and it was like the coolest experience. And I went back there. I was trying to think of where the arena was, but I couldn't find it. But then flash forward to this weekend. Had the Tri-State Wrestling Alliance reunion show called One and Done, and they had a convention before that called WrestleCon, which was really good. Shout out to Joe Goodhart and Bay Ragney who put on that event. It was interesting. It was an interesting event, but it was great to see everybody. It's great to catch up with all my friends, seeing the Rock and Roll Express, seeing, Doug Gilbert, it's cool seeing Doug Gilbert because they just had the Eddie Gilbert Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So, it's pretty cool to get to talk to him about, Eddie, and I gave Eddie his flowers when I saw Doug, because Eddie Gilbert was awesome, sweetheart of a man. And when I met him, I was only a teenager, and but when he would talk to me, he'd be like, "Yes, sir. No, sir." I'm like, "Sir, I'm a teenager." I told Doug, I was like, "Dude," I said, "Like, if I ever become when I was a kid back then, I was like, if I ever become a professional wrestler, I want to treat people the way Eddie Gilbert treated me." Yeah. So it was cool to give him his flowers. I saw him, saw Tommy Rich, saw the Rock and Roll Express, saw the Sandman, saw ECW icon, legend, Johnny Hotbody. Johnny Hotbody was like the bridge between Tri-State Wrestling Alliance and ECW. He looked great. Tony Stetson looked great. It was just a great time. It was a great 2 weeks. Next weekend I get to chill a little bit, but then got some other stuff coming up that hopefully I could talk about. So
nice.
But other than that, how are you, sir?
Man, I appreciate it. It sounds like you've had a good couple weeks though, man. I won't lie. Like it's
likewise, man. You You got to ask the H a question at Mania.
The H. That's all I'm going to refer to him now. Yes, the H. Hi. Yes, how are you? Butts Carlton Media. No, man, it's been...
The H says...
Papa H wants to know. No, it's been a wild few weeks, man. It's been... WrestleMania it felt like nonstop. As soon as I hit the plane, or as soon as I hit the ground in Vegas, it was like nonstop. I had a bunch of really great meetings, setting up a lot of really cool stuff coming up. I'll say this, I'll let you know this part so that I can eventually tease to the next part. I had a 20-minute conversation with Tony Khan earlier this week. AEW president, which is wild. I never expected that to happen, but we had a really great conversation. Wonderful guy, like genuinely, like just a really polite, like nice, like us. I introduced myself. Hey, Adam, I'm from Screen Rant. Hey, I'm Tony. Like I know who the fuck you are. Like I know who you are, man. But it was it was nice. It was nice to make that connection with him and get a chance to pick his brain a little bit for something really cool I'm working on for Screen Rant. And that came from a meeting I had in Vegas. And it really felt like nonstop. Just the minute I hit the ground, Malcolm and I, shout out to Muscle Man Malcolm, who you saw 2 weeks ago on the show, by the way. That was a lot of fun. Little tag in there. No, it was great. I got to talk to a lot of really cool people. Damian Priest was one of those people. Got to mention you. You got a couple of big ups, and we'll get back to that in a second because I want to know about that. You got a couple big ups this week. But and then the Jey Uso question that I asked at the scrum went viral. There was a video that Jimmy Uso breaking my balls about being a barbecuer went viral. Fuck it, I'll throw it up on our Twitter page. I don't know if anybody has seen it yet from Pod Squad, but they did these things called WrestleMania After Dark. So it was like 4 days. Shout out to Sean Graven, who set that all up. But for 4 days, they did like after parties at a Live nightclub in Las Vegas. And so the first night, I think I had a scheduling conflict. I couldn't make the first night. The second night, because the Hall of Fame ceremony went so long, nobody was able to do the red carpet. So the third night, I get there and it's like, oh, this will be cool. Like the Usos will be here. I'm sorry, guys. 1 sec.
I'm right there with you. It's allergy season. I'm going to go outside and my car's going to be covered in yellow pollen.
Man, it's fucking horrendous. But so y'all saw the press conference after night one. Jay was engaging in some liberties, if you will, baby, and libations, and as was his brother Jimothy. And they show up at this event and they're just having a ball. And they're having a good time, and we're talking, and we're chopping it up. And the social media team is always like, hey, just make sure you get photos if you can, get photos with people so we can add cover stuff and share this. And as I get up to talk to them, I go to, do the photo. Jimmy's like, you look like you should be barbecuing all day and shit. And he just starts riffing on me about this. Unbeknownst to me, the photos that were being taken were all live photos. So I was able to create a video reel out of this, and it's still going crazy on the old the talk, as the kids call it.
Yes.
But man, it was, I got to ask Hunter a question in the press conference about the energy in night one and night two. Man, it was crazy.
That's a great question, by the way. As soon as the press conference ended, I messaged you. I was like, hey, that's a good question.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah,
and he went into, he seemed you can tell when somebody gets a good question that they want to talk about. That was good.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, he gave me a really good. He usually does when I get a chance to ask him questions. He usually gives me really solid answers, and the relationship between Screen Rant and WWE is fantastic. The PR team over there, they're all just freaking phenomenal people. But it's been a crazy week, and then. Before, I think it was, when was that? So Monday, was that Monday before WrestleMania? I had to go to New York to talk to Dean Norris from, you may know him as Hank from Breaking Bad, but he's in the show Law & Order Organized Crime with Chris Maloney. So I got to go to 30 Rock to talk to him. And then as I'm in New York, Screen Rant's people are like, hey, we know you're in New York now, but we want you to do something else. So earlier this week on Monday, I got to go to Brooklyn and do a junket for a horror movie called Clown in a Cornfield. It's directed by Eli Craig, written by a great guy named Adam Caesar. Kevin Durant is in the movie. You guys would probably know who he is if you saw his face. Like, he's a very famous character actor. Aaron Abrams, Katie Douglas, the whole cast is really great. That movie is fucking terrifying. I'll tell you right now. It comes out theaters nationwide May 9th. I'm not just saying that because they sent me there. Excuse me. It's fucking terrifying. And it was a lot of fun, man. And now tomorrow, today you're listening to this, I'll be up in New York for the premiere of the new Josh Hartnett movie with Screen Rant. So it's just like all these fucking things are just like all happening at once, man. And it's just been, like we said, we couldn't connect last week. And if you go back and listen in the archives, I pulled one of my favorite episodes. And I know it was one of yours as well, specifically on the title alone. It was called George Carlin Babe Ruth 9/11. And sports heavy, but it was around the time when the Carlin documentary came out. And I was like, this is like, I'm going, just going through it. I'm like, no, this is perfect. So let me just see here in the group. It says, Mass Sanity is here. He says, Meanie Goober, good morning. Greetings from Atlantic City. Good morning.
Oh, what's up, brother?
A pleasant Baba Booey to you.
And a Baba Booey to you.
And a Baba Booey to you. This allergy season isn't making me sneeze. It's just giving me headaches. The pollen has been awful. Brother. Yeah. Tell me about it. It sucks around here, man.
Fucking brutal.
Fucking terrible. But let's start at the top because we have a lot to go over in a limited amount of time here. One of the things that I mentioned, I know I messaged you with our good friend of the show and avid listener of the program, former world heavyweight champion Damian Priest. He had a really great entrance at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And
that was kind of cool, huh?
It was pretty cool, pretty cool. But I heard a little rumor, sir, nay, a birdie.
Yes,
told me that you had something to do with that.
Yeah, it was kind of cool to be recognized for that. I get as everybody's seen by now, Kerry King from Slayer or fucking Slayer played Damian Priest to the ring. And that all, kind of came about where, a month or so ago, Kerry was playing the TLA here in Philly and went and checked out the show and was hanging out afterwards with Kerry and his band. And, he's a big Raiders fan. So he's like, Mania's coming to Vegas. And, anytime Kerry King goes to, a Raiders game, they put him up on the big screen with his name, Kerry King, Slayer, and all this stuff. So he's no stranger to the stadium where WrestleMania was in Vegas. So he's like, yeah, man, Mania is coming to Vegas. I was like, oh, dude, it's going to be awesome. And then he was telling me, he's like, yeah, I did Damian Priest ring music and went into all the details of, how that came about and went into writing it and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. He's like, man, that'd be cool to be able to play him to the ring. I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. And, that was that. And next day, wake up and I shoot Damian Priest a little text. I was like, hey, just so you know, Kerry King would love to play to the ring at Mania. He's like, oh, they kind of mentioned it to me, but, and so he made it a point to, reiterate to them, and Damian, told his story to Denise Salcedo.
Yep.
Okay. I'm bad with names. I'm horrible with names. And that's just me. That's how I'm wired. He said he went up to, Triple H, said, hey, just so you know, Blue Meanie was talking to Kerry King, and Kerry King says he wants to play me to the ring. And the ball got rolling from there. So, and it was kind of cool the night before when Living Color played Punk to the ring. I was like, oh, okay. So
yeah,
tomorrow this can definitely happen. Mm-hmm. And now there's rumors that Slayer. There was rumors it was going to be Slayer because Slayer's playing a show out near here in Hershey, PA, in September.
Mm.
And Damian Priest is going to be the host of the event. So maybe they do a little cross promotion, have Slayer play Damian Priest to the ring because, Damian Priest's chokeslam is called South of Heaven Chokeslam, which is name of a Slayer song. So, but, Kerry came out solo and played him to the ring. And it was pretty cool. I took a lot of joy in watching that happen, because I know how much of a fan Damian is. Now, maybe back in 2015, maybe, or something like that. Or I have to look into it. But I went to a Slayer show. I brought Damian Priest when he was, Punishment Martinez, and when I was talking to King, I was like, as I showed him he's talking about Damian Priest. I was like, I whipped out my phone and showed him the photo of like when we all hung out in like 2015. He's like, send me that photo. And he's like, he was popping because, he hadn't put two and two together that like they had met for me, like 10 years ago. So it's just cool that, like a germ of an idea, like him saying, man, I'd love to play him to the ring. I was like, I just on the phone, shot a text.
Yeah.
Hey, just Kerry King said he'd love to play you the ring. And he's like, oh, really? And had a couple other conversations that, they might do.
Cool.
Yeah. And then, when he told Denise the story and mentioned me, I took a lot of pride in that,
That's awesome.
Sometimes people get lost in the story there, but it was cool. Damian put me over.
Yeah. Well, he put you over with me as well. I got to ask him a question. I was going to cue the audio up here, but newsflash, as in all things, my technology is a shit show right now. So I'll play it next week. But I did ask him, and I said, I want you to know, like my friend and co-host, the Blue Meanie. I know that you trained with him. And I want to know what your best piece of advice was. So I haven't played it for you yet, but I'm going to do it next week because I want to make sure that it's all properly queued up and everything is good. But he said you gave him some really great advice, and I'm looking forward to playing that.
I can't take. Look, I won't take 100% credit for Damian Priest. He was wrestling. He had already been wrestling for a little bit. When I saw him, I just gave him advice that I would give any pro wrestler who's seeking advice.
Mm-hmm.
It's practical advice, and we'll save it for when you cue up the clip. But
like I wanted to have it on the board. I was like, I'm going to do it. And then my tech fell apart. So as in all things, but
a little bit inside baseball, Adam's been having problems with his Roadcaster. So, he finally got it up and running right before we came on air. So.
10 minutes. I swear to God, it's true. 10 minutes before we went live, it finally starts to work again. I'm like, thank the Lord. But no, he was very happy to talk about you. It was very cool again to hear you get your flowers twice in the same setting. So I was proud of you, man. I thought that was great. But
so even though I couldn't be on a WrestleMania, I kind of had something to do with it. So
yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. And I, like I said, it's been a whirlwind of a week. But let's talk about. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the actual program itself. Paul Heyman, turns on Chick Magnet Punk, friend of the show, as we know, Pepsi Phil, and our tribal chief, and aligns himself with Seth Rollins. Now he's got the new stable with Braun Breaker. What are your thoughts on that? What's your take on that?
It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what they call him.
Mm-hmm.
He was with Brock Lesnar. He was Brock Lesnar's advocate. Then he was Roman Reigns' wise man. So what I'm interested to see what he would be with Seth and Brock. Because he hated, I'm not a manager. I'm an advocate. I am the wise man to my tribal chief. What is he now? That'll be interesting to see. But can't help but to say I kind of called it.
Yes,
the term.
you did.
It's just reading the tea leaves, man. Seeing how, it's a 3-way match, but everybody's so focused on Punk and Reigns, and Seth's so like, hey, I'm in the match too.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm over here. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's always the thing that lays in the background that comes to the forefront, when people least expect it,
Yeah.
And the booking of that was so well done.
Yeah. The whole match, man. Fucking
so
great.
Cinematic. It was cinematic.
Cinema.
But what's that?
I was just doing the Scorsese cinema.
Yes. Yeah, I saw the Seth thing coming. I did not see the Braun Breaker thing coming. But I am definitely
tapped in on that for sure.
Yeah. I'm all about that, and I have a theory to where they could build up a Dangerous Alliance 2.0 maybe where it's Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, maybe Becky Lynch, Becky, so Becky and Seth are married, so they could finally be in a faction together. He can run the men's solo, go for the world title. Braun can, be the sergeant at arms trying to regain the Intercontinental belt. Becky could go for the women's title.
Yep.
I say, recruit maybe a tag team into the faction, and they can, try to run each division of the WWE.
And there's been a lot of people talking about it as evolution as well. I'm hesitant to call it anything or compare it to anything because it still feels so early in the process.
It's in the larval stage.
Yeah, and it's it feels like, because the Sami Zayn segment I thought was really solid last week. I don't know, man. Something about it feels really spectacular. You know what I mean? When you feel something good's coming, you're not sure entirely what it is, but you're like, oh, this is going to be fucking great. That's what this whole thing feels like. And I'm really enjoying. And then also too, the other part about it too, which I fucking love this, man, is again, we have a lot of friends on the show. We have a lot of people who listen and Papa H, the H would this be his hand signal? If we're talking about the H, we've gamed it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll have to game it out with the three of us because we talk all the time. But friend of the show, Karrion Kross, man, is getting over it like crazy.
Yes.
And he had that really hot promo after WrestleMania was over. His documentary just came out. The live shows, he's getting cheered like crazy. And he's a part of, kind of in an ancillary way, this story between Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins. He's also still kind of involved with AJ Styles. How do you feel about them, about Kross? Really, I mean, the best way to say it, how do you feel about Kross getting over?
Oh, it's long overdue, man. It's just a testament to just making it work. He was there in NXT when they brought him up. They really didn't use him the right way. Then he got released, but they brought him back. And now he's, changed his look. He's grown the hair out, and, just a testament to, people could have just, turtled up and be like, well, I guess this is my career now.
Yeah.
But no, he's constantly doing stuff. He's constantly evolving, and, the fans are recognizing that, the fans recognize, the real ones, and, much deserved. I want to see where it goes. But I'm beyond happy for him, because knowing him and, getting to be around him, sweetheart of a guy who can probably, rip your throat out, but no, it's seeing the reaction he's getting from the crowd.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, that epic promo he cut, he's, been in this long enough, and, the fans are starting to recognize it.
Yep. And it's great. I mean, it's like there's something really special about his character. And Mass Entity said it in a show here too. He says, Kross may lose a lot of matches, but everyone he targets has had a character change. So he gets in everybody's head. And I think that's, to me, and I've said this too, and write this down, y'all, because I think this is what's going to happen. I think at some point this is probably what's going to happen. Kross is going to take that belt off of Jay. Or there's going to be some interference with Kross where it ends up leading to him getting that belt.
Yeah.
And I think, because Jay's great. Like, I love the fact that Jey Uso's champion. Like, it's absolutely what should have happened. It's a wonderful moment. But I feel like with that moment, and I think Hunter kind of realizes that in creative, like with that really good moment, you're going to need something really evil to happen afterwards. And I think that's kind of the beauty of what they've been doing recently. But this stuff, again, it's organic. It's a lot like Jey Uso. Like, the fans want Kross. They want him to be over. And I think eventually he's going to become undeniable, and they're going to pull the trigger on it, and they're going to shoot him to the moon. But I just, as you know, we've talked about Karrion on here for a long time. Big fans of the guy. He's a really wonderful guy too. I didn't get a chance. He was doing his photo ops at WWE World. I didn't get a chance. I had some shit going on. I'm hoping that they do the same thing at SummerSlam so I can go up and finally get a chance to chat with him. But really excited to see where this is leading with that. But no, it's fucking great, man. But one of the other more unfortunate things that happens in the wake of WrestleMania is talent releases.
Yeah.
And a bunch of news came out. Braun Strowman, Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler were released from the company. Braun Strowman, again, at Meanie Mania last year.
He was at my wedding.
Yeah, that's right. He was. Braun Strowman was an esteemed guest at the wedding.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on them and this process? I mean, I know we talk about it. Feels like every year this comes up, and just sucks,
it is
man.
every year. It's the post WrestleMania cuts.
Yeah.
And when they happen, people act like they've never happened before. But
right.
People who've been in WWE and someone like myself who've experienced the post WrestleMania cut. WWE considers WrestleMania the season finale, even though really there's technically no off season.
Right.
Michael Cole, joked on Pat McAfee that we had a 12-hour off season.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what happens. Unfortunately, but it sucks, but it's just another opportunity for people to, reinvent themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I was just talking about, Karrion Kross was released and brought back, not too much sooner after that. So it's just, if I'm a talent who just got released, I say, go out there on the indies, kill it, do it, do what you got to do, to be over to the point where WWE goes, oh, maybe we made a mistake letting this person go and bring you back, because you can always go back.
Mm-hmm.
You can always go back. I mean, I always say, you go away, put on a fresh coat of paint, and keep in touch. Keep WWE updated on what you're doing. I mean, look, Matt Cardona is the ultimate example of what to do. When you're no longer with WWE, he's probably making more money now than he did in WWE because he created his own universe with the figures and his podcast and his wrestling and his merch, and it's not the end.
No,
it's not the end. Some of the releases were surprising. But and you never know what the thought process is into some of these releases, but we'll see where it goes. I could see, this talent, hey, maybe it's a chance to, go over to TNA and, like Nick Nemeth, I'm sure they could use an infusion of new talent. I mean, yes, they've had NXT guys come over, guys and gals come over, but this is get a like a Shayna Baszler in TNA, and
Yeah.
There's a fresh face, but it's not the end of the road. It's just it's a side road that you could take and get back on the WWE ramp. When we get a chance down the line.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's shitty every time it happens, but I know that they're all going to land on their feet. So, yeah, it just sucks, man. I'm sure we'll see a lot of that. I'm sure we'll see a lot of that crossover with TNA, though. If some of that talent does end up there, I'm sure we'll see them back again.
Yeah, there was quite a few releases, and they come every WrestleMania. After every WrestleMania. I was well aware of it. I was in WWE, and Gangrel was like, "Ooh, here comes the WrestleMania cuts." So it's a thing that's known up there. And, we'll see where it goes.
Yep. I'm going to pop in here into the chat real fast. We got a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining. Dave, you could be anywhere in the world right now on a Sunday morning, and you're here with us, so we appreciate you. Coach Rosie is here. Good to see you guys. Good to see you too, sir. What's up, man? I was live, and Kerry kicked ass. Yes, he did. He was fantastic. Lots of great entrances and great music. Living Color was fabulous live. It was really quite an experience. But
That's so cool.
Pod Squad member Vanessa Bellows here.
Hello, Vanessa.
Good morning to you. We appreciate you being here. Don't forget, if you look above my head here, cheap plug time, patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Join us today. Tiers, Meanie, I don't know if you know this. Not sure if you're aware, but tiers start at $10.
Oh.
And you can join us, be a part of our wonderful Pod Squad community. We appreciate you. We got Coach Rosie saying ham and egger. I could go for a pork roll, egg, and cheese right now. I'm not going to lie. But
listen, get you ham and egg.
James Weston says, it's another Blue Sunday, sirs. Have a great day, sirs. And thank you. And a pleasant Baba Booey to you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
As with you.
And also with you. Yes. Today is my girl's birthday. The 4th is with her. That's right. May the 4th be with you. And the proper response is, and also with you. And also with you. We appreciate you. And then here we go. Mass Sanity's got a question here. We're just talking about it. None of the 4 horsewomen are in WWE now. Could they reform in AEW? Well, I think the 4 horsewomen was Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, and Sasha Banks, right? Is that the original 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're all still there. I would imagine they're probably going to do something like that eventually. I would imagine a Bayley heel turn's coming just because of everything that's been going on. James Weston with the Spaceballs reference. May the Schwartz be with you. And again, also with you. So
merchandising. Get your Spaceballs lunchbox.
Oh my goodness. Well, Meanie, we have a lot of questions because we've been off for a couple weeks together. So
we got some backlogs.
If you don't mind, just real fast.
Yeah, of course.
I got a question for you.
And what would that be?
Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to. It's time to ask Meanie anything. Ask me something.
Don't forget, there's multiple ways you can ask us questions on this show. You can drop us your questions on Twitter, because we don't call it X here. You can tweet at us using the hashtag AskMeanie and send us your questions, and we may ask them on the show. You can also drop them in the chat here as well with us. Each and every week. And as a quick programming note, One True Sport has rebranded to Brass Ring Media. We are not going anywhere. We are staying right here with the network. We're very excited for the new change and the new name and everything else that's going on here. But we will change eventually all of our logos and everything here. But we are still with the team, and we are happy that they have us here. So don't forget, at the bottom of the screen here, if you look down at the bottom here on the left-hand side, meaning there's that subscribe button. Fucking slam that shit and join us every single week. Coach Rosie says we need to have a Patreon event at McCusker's. Brother.
Yes, sir.
I am all about it. We will put something together and we will let you know. James Weston says, my pops took me to see Spaceballs in the theater when I was 8 years old.
I'm jealous.
Great parenting, honestly.
Yes.
Mass Sanity, I'm sorry. Let me correct that here. He says, horsewomen of MMA. You are correct. I see. Is now just refresh me on the screen here. Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, and who are the other two? I can't recall.
One of them's in AEW. I can't think of her name. Shafir or
Oh, yes.
something like that.
Yeah, is it Marina Shafir? Is that it?
I believe so.
Yeah, and then just need to know the other one. But yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know. Could you see Ronda Rousey in AEW?
She kind of was with Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor for a second. So, and she hasn't been back. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, I'm sure Tony would probably put something together just like he did with the Hurt Syndicate. Oh, there it is. Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke. So that's the other one. Yeah, I mean, it's
Jessamine Duke, friend of RJ City. She was always in his live chats.
Yeah, Ronda did that one appearance at Ring of Honor. Yeah, I mean, like I said, anything's possible. You know, the Hurt Syndicate came back. So I would feel anything's possible. He says, Coach Rosie says they can reunite and at Hulk Hogan's new freestyle. Yeah, and so I think it was somebody else said that too. Let me go back up here and find the comment. I can't remember who it was. I don't even see it anymore. I think it was James Weston made something similar to that about Hogan's place. I mean, that would probably be the place for them though. If that's the goal is the actual live shoot fighting, that's probably the right place, right?
Well, like the freestyle, I think what I like about the American, real American freestyle is that could be, because you go, to the Olympics, but what's after Olympics, and this is a way you can go, make some money and still do that form of wrestling. Mm-hmm. But then once, maybe, come to the end of the road with that, you can always pivot to either WWE or UFC, So, I like the concept. It'll be interesting to see. I think they got a event in August in Cleveland. Their first event is in Cleveland in August. So we'll see where the real American freestyle goes.
Yeah, but I think it's entirely possible that would be the place where they would go to do it. But
yeah,
Meanie, I got to know, man, what you drank it on today?
Oh, just water today. I failed myself and the pod squad. I did not bring a seltzer.
That's all right.
I had a long night last night, and having done the convention all day, doing the TWA show last night, and then having a couple daddy sodas at McCusker's last night. So I am just trying to hydrate with water right now. So.
That's a smart man. I had this big orange water bottle that I take with me everywhere, and I packed it in my suitcase for Vegas. And man, that thing a fucking lifesaver, man. Because again, like, you know how it is, man. When you're running around, you're doing all kinds of shit. You're like, fuck, I didn't get any water in. Like, I gotta, I need to stay good here. But I brought a sparkling ice. I spent the extra 3 cents over there at the Aldi, and I got a lemon, 0 sugar, which is one of my favorites. I'm gonna crack the sucker.
That's interesting.
I'm gonna crack the sucker for the both of us in 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah.
I'll make the noise. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about you the other day. My brother sent me a clip that said from you ever seen that movie Along Came Polly?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Philip Seymour Hoffman. So first of all, my brother Matt, he's the guy we call Matt from Dover. He literally looks like Philip Seymour Hoffman in that movie. So forever we were always teasing him, like the sort of rain dance and playing basketball with him. And he sent me the video clip where he's like, I sharted. We have to go. I sharted. And I was like, I have to put this on the board with Meanie. And gonna do it. But I thought about you the other day with that. And he's like, try to fart a little bit, and shit came out. The boss is here. May the 4th be with you, and also with you. Where or what is your go-to for Cinco de Mayo?
I haven't really celebrated Cinco de Mayo. I'm sorry, I don't have an experience. I never really celebrate. To me, every day Cinco de Mayo.
That's the right answer, sir.
Yeah. It's never really thought about it. Never really celebrated it. It was just, to me, it was a day. You know?
There used to be, well, you know, I don't drink anymore, but there was a place that we used to go to in Westchester called Moss Cantina,
Gotcha.
which is right on the corner of, I think it's Walnut Street and Market Street. And we used to go there sometimes. But, I mean, going to Moss on Cinco de Mayo is like, it's like going to Times Square on New Year's Eve. Like, you don't want to do that. It's too busy and packed.
No.
And so, yeah, I was never really a big, you know, like, I don't know. Same thing for me as St. Patrick's Day. It's just like, it's the idea of it is kind of very different than what it should be. So, like, I don't know. I never really got excited with that. But thank you for your question, though. We appreciate it. I'm going to try to find some good places to eat this week. Coach Rosie, he's got two questions. I'm going to start with his first one first. What do you think of AEW having a short residency at the ECW arena?
Oh, I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great. It makes sense.
Yeah.
From a logistics standpoint, you can, I mean, that's why I like, you know, when, WWE does, you know, WrestleMania in the stadium,
Mm-hmm.
you know, 2 days in the stadium, and then they rent out the arena for a week, you know, where they do SmackDown, they do the NXT show, then they do, you know, Raw on Monday.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting all these, you know, you're doing all these productions, but you're not moving. You're not, you know, you're saving money on airfare. The only thing you're really paying for is, like, you know, hotel for the week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I heard about that the morning it happened. I was like, oh, that makes all the sense in the world. You know, come to Philly, you know, rent the building out for a week and a half, however long that is. You know, you're going to make money, you know, just doing the show in one location, you know, with the ad revenue and everything like that. And, you know, you fill that building up, and it's still one of the most raucous buildings in wrestling.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it is, man.
yeah, it's good.
Place is fucking great.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
And it'll be a great atmosphere, and it'll be cool to see AEW in that setting,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it'll be cool. You know, Tony Khan comes back to the ECW arena, where a young Tony Khan came back in 95, I think it was, for 95
right.
or 96 for ECW's The Doctor Is In. That was that show. That's the night me, Stevie Nova, and Donnie Allen came out as Kiss.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. And he was at the show the night before at the Lulu Temple. But you know, if you see me, Stevie Nova, Donnie come out as Kiss, if you're looking at the screen, look to the left, see a kid in an orange shirt holding up a sign. That's a young Tony Khan.
No shit.
He made it on camera. Yeah, so
That's pretty cool, man. I'll have to go back and watch it.
very cool.
Yeah.
Very.
Thank you for your question, Coach. We appreciate you. Matthew Rodriguez has a burning question, and I'm going to answer because I tell Meanie this a lot about my feelings on this. But Meanie and Adam, have you ever had the stomach flu?
Of course.
Of course, man.
I've had stomach flu. I've had the Irish flu. You know, I have a little bit of the Irish flu right now.
Yeah.
An Irishman's feeling good when he's blowing the foam off his medicine. You know.
Listen, I got I don't know why I'm doing the Italian thing, but you know, I got a couple of got the Irish flu, bada bing, bada boom. I will tell you, Mr. Rodriguez, I would rather have COVID and the flu at the same time than have the stomach bug. I fucking hate when I puke, man. Absolutely fucking hate it. It's like, it's like my worst nightmare. And I don't know why I'm like that, but I would just stick me in bed for 2 weeks, sick as a dog. And if as long as I don't puke, I'll be fine.
Yeah, like Mrs. Meanie, I'll tell you, you know, I'm sick if I throw up because I'm pretty good I have a pretty good constitution when it comes to that. Like I'll get sick, but I never really, you know, bark at my shoes.
I forgot about that. Barking at my shoes. I forgot.
Yeah.
Speaking of Slayer, you know.
Yeah. Slow burn, you know.
Yeah, no, dude.
Yeah,
I like to as I'm vomiting, I like to name some classic literature, you know, before I vomit. The Grapes of you know. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. No, dude, I fucking, and Mrs. Goober will tell you too. Like actually Mrs. Goober's got an iron stomach, man. She's fucking rock solid when it comes to that. I think we've been together now 15 years this year. And I've only ever seen her vomit twice, like not counting the pregnancy stuff, but like actually get sick and puke twice. So she's usually the one. She's like, whenever the kids have the stomach bug, she's like, stay away from them because you're going to catch that shit. And she's like in there, like in the trenches, like it's Vietnam, you know? So like, fuck, man.
Brother.
Dude, the worst, man, because the boys have bunk beds. I'm really going, now you've really started me here, Matthew. The boys have bunk beds. And I think it was James was on the top at one point because they usually switch back and forth. And he was sick. I think he had the stomach bug or he had ate too much or something. And he leaned and we have you can see back here, it's like the laminate flooring. We didn't have a carpet in there at the time. And he leaned over like he couldn't make it even out of the bed. And he leaned over the railing and puked all over the floor. And so you're sleeping and you hear this and it's like, is that water? Is something leaking? Like, it's something coming from the ceiling, you know? And you hear it again and you're like, oh my God, dude, it was like a murder scene in there. It was absolutely horrific. But yes, Mr. Rodriguez, to answer your question, yes, we've had the stomach flu and please keep it as far away from me as humanly fucking possible.
I would be such a shitty parent. I'd lay there and go, nope. I can't do anything about that.
Yeah. Dude, it was like,
he's going to have to learn self-preservation.
Because man, it's going to be and parents out there, you know this shit. Like, it's just going to be the worst thing in the entire world. How did it get there? How did it go over onto the ceiling? You know,
we didn't eat corn.
When did he eat that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mystery substance number 2.
Like when you take a shit and you look in the bowl and there you see little fucking sea monkeys. You know, fucking swimming around. Like, why did I eat sea monkeys?
Why did I eat that? That doesn't. Is that an entire ham? Where does that come from?
Yeah. I didn't even feel that. Maybe I should put in a drawstring.
Oh my God. It's so good.
Sit on an ice pack, make that shit shrink.
You're walking like you're a frog wearing jeans. Like, I'm in a lot of pain here. Excuse me. This is very uncomfortable.
There's a visual.
Yep. Just think about it. The frog pulling his jeans up. Coach Rosie.
Yo, asshole. I don't fucking sound like that.
Yes, you do. Coach Rosie, if you were released from, he says, Meanie, if you were released from a major company in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025, what would be the next company that you would attempt to work for?
Obviously, if WWE tried to go to AEW, but, I like what, Nick Nemeth did. He went to TNA and, TNA's doing really good stuff. In the past, I was always hard on TNA and it's not because of the boys, but because, you hear stuff about management and stuff like that. But, TNA's doing really good stuff. I would love to be on the ground floor of a company taking off, Yeah. So maybe like a TNA. Because they're starting to run bigger building. No, they downsize the smaller buildings, but like they're starting to run bigger buildings now. And, in the relationship with WWE, if, I'm released from WWE, I go to TNA because WWE still, is paying attention to their product. You still want to be on the WWE radar,
Yeah.
I don't know about New Japan, but, if anything, I think that might be the next company, WWE buys now that they bought AAA. But,
yeah. I was thinking the same thing, man.
Yeah.
My first thought is one of the absorbing, because that's the other thing too, is like, Because that's a good question. Like, how long until the acquisition of AAA? Like, how long between that point and then it's like, oh, we're just going to absorb them into our profile. But it's like, I don't know if in a business sense that makes sense for them to do, because it feels like they could just operate it as its own entity, right? Because
from what I heard, they're gonna, the best person to listen to is Conan.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to operate as is, but now they just have an infusion of cash,
right,
to be able to do the things they couldn't do before.
And now
I believe it's going to be run, as AAA, and they'll be able to, get some, talent down there, Conan was always talking about they had a relationship with AEW, and he's asking AEW for some names, and he wasn't getting them. He wasn't getting them. But now that WWE owns it, you can send somebody down for a big show, or and now you can put them on a platform where more people could see them, and I think it'd be great. It'd be great.
I think so too, and I think it's. I think. If you would have told me, last year that Rey Fenix and Vikingo were going to be in the ring together during WrestleMania, like on WWE programming, I would have told you hit your head on a bathtub. And seeing them live together was like, holy shit, man! Like this is massive. So, very excited. But I agree. I had that feeling like, when is New Japan going to enter the chat here? Because I feel like that's coming.
I don't really follow. I haven't been following New Japan, but I heard like business is down, and it would only make sense,
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're acquiring the video library, So
yeah,
you have there's a lot of things you could do.
Yeah. And our last question comes from our friend Mass Sanity. He says, as much as Eddie Gilbert did in the business, how much more could he have done if he had lived? He would only be 64 now. He could have easily had a job backstage at WWE.
Oh, it definitely would have been creative somewhere. Eddie was awesome, man. He like I said, I saw Doug Gilbert over the weekend and gave Eddie his flowers, because of the dark side of the ring. And all you want to do is be creative. And, I could see Eddie, maybe down at the Performance Center or, doing stuff. But, one of the best creative minds, when Paul Heyman says you're one of the best creative minds, Eddie kind of took Paul under his wing, when they were in Continental together for a little bit there. A funny story, not funny story, but interesting story. I don't think I've ever really talked about it. And this ties in with Joel Goodhart and Tri-State Wrestling Alliance and the Square Circle Fan Club. Joel would run trips to Memphis, and we went down there to 1 year, and I had a roommate, and whose name's escaping me right now, but he invited Eddie and Doug back to our room to smoke some, a little bit.
Are you talking about the jazz cabbage, sir?
Yeah, he's smoking the jazz cabbage, and Eddie was like, "Hey, can I use your phone?" And went on our phone and called Paul.
It's the Blue Meanie, sir.
Yeah, future Blue Meanie. It was, and the way he talked about Paul back then, just, they had a really tight relationship. So it was sad to see, the relationship end, with everything that happened in ECW.
Yeah.
He saw Paul as taking his job when in reality, Eddie not only, burnt bridges, he burned them while he was still on them,
Yeah.
But if he's still alive today, he'd be somewhere, doing something creative, being a booker or, being on a booking committee somewhere.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank you all for your questions this week. Like we said, don't forget to tweet us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie, or you can just join us here in the fucking chat and drop them here while we're talking.
Yeah, this was nice.
This was a nice one. This is nice to get back into the swing of things. James Weston says jazz cabbage. I've never heard that one before. I like it. That's our go-to phrase here, sir. It's the old jazz cabbage. But we want to thank you. Meanie, I want to thank you for doing the program each and every week, sir. I appreciate you. And I want to know real fast, it's that time of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where can everybody keep up to date with all things blue when they're not listening to the program?
If you would like to follow Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, sometimes Blue's down there, at Blue Meanie BWO on all forms of social media. If you want to support the Blue Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie. If you'd like to support Mind of the Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. MadCatBeardCare.com. Shout out to my boy Josh Thornton. Get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil or Balm. Josh is doing an amazing job there. He rounds up the cats in the neighborhood, takes them to the vet, and takes care of them on his own dime. So every penny you spend at MadCatBeardCare.com goes right into taking care of the cats. So go check them out over there. Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles. Ultra Pro Wrestling contains not only original characters made by the amazing Hal Haney, but many real-world wrestlers, including myself and many others. I'm trying not to spoil. So go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com, or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. The Figure Collection's Bone Crushing Wrestler Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available now. All Series 1s can be ordered right now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Type Blue Meanie in the search bar. You can select BWO Blue Meanie or regular Blue Meanie. Either way, there's no wrong choice. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. Book through the site. Don't book through the app. The app takes too much money. Whatever you think's going to the town is going to app fees, which is weird. But go to cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. But most importantly, Mr. Barnard, where can we find you, sir?
Oh, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, sometimes the Blue Sky. It's the old talk, as the kids say. You can find me there at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand, pal. So go check me out there. You can also go and see my work right now at Screen Rant. Go to screenrant.com. Search for my work there. Wrestling. We got pro wrestling. We got network television. We got movies. Hopefully music coming soon too. Working my way into a lot of things over there. It's a great time. My review, interviews, and my maze experience up there in New York, Meanie. They had a whole setup there. It was in a big giant warehouse. And honestly, I got the shit scared out of me. So I think you're really going to enjoy it. So go ahead and check it out there. ScreenRant.com. Go ahead and follow all socials as well at Screen Rant. Shout out to the homies at the 10th Ward Barbershop in downtown Lawrenceville, the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Go ahead and schedule your appointment today with Kane or Jordan or the rest of the team at 10thwardbarbershop.com. ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Pick up a shirt and keep the lights on at Casa DeMeanie in the Barnard Home for Wayward and Troubled Youth. Don't forget to go to Patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Sign up today. Tiers start, Blue, at just $10 a month. And when you sign up for the Pod Squad, you get an official Pod Squad membership card signed in blue ink by the blue guy himself. So go ahead and take a look there today. Go ahead up top above Meanie's head is youtube.com/@Mind of the Meanie. It's our entire archive going all the way back in your time machine to 2021. Every show we've ever done is there, so go ahead and check it out right now. And you can also follow the show at all of our socials that are listed below as well. We want to thank you for watching the show. We also want to thank our friends at Brass Ring Media for hosting us and letting us have this great platform to talk to all of you every single week. So we appreciate you, and we appreciate you all being a part of the program each and every week. Meanie, I want to thank you again. We'll be back next week.
Thank you, sir.
Possibly same bat time, possibly same bat channel. You'll know when we know. For the Blue Meanie, I am Adam Barnard. Join us each and every week as we take a trip through the mind
Blue World Order
of the meanie. Peace.
Blue World Order.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie was recorded and produced by Adam Barnard and was engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional production and narration provided by Sam Krebs. Our executive producers are Josh Chernoff, Adam Barnard, and the Blue Meanie. Our opening theme is performed by the Swamp Candles. Our closing theme is performed by Chikara. The show contains original music produced by Enrichment. Get additional bonus content by becoming our patron on Patreon at patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. And follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Mind of the Meanie. This has been a Butts Carlton media production in conjunction with the MLW Radio Network. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
Dad, why is Blue Meanie's brain out?
The world of MLW Radio never stops.